Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2025, and we're going to be featuring game action from Week 5. Now, 3 things I want to hit very quickly. Number 1, we're doing a great job with our line of scrimmage action, but we've got to continue to work hard, hold the line there. It's a point of emphasis. Let's continue to focus there. And the new injury timeout rule, continue to work that. We have our bright line. If the player goes down injured after the ball spotted, we charge a timeout. Not a perfect rule, but it's working so far. And then end of game scenarios, opportunity for improvement there across the board. And we need to take advantage of our crew meeting at the 2-minute timeout. Make sure we get everybody there, get everybody refocused on the same page and ready to work those last 2 minutes. Those last 2 minutes, many times, determine how we're viewed from the entire game. So let's be ready to handle the end-of-game situations. Finally, a point of information. We're averaging 3.86 punts per team per game, and that's the first time in modern history that number has gone below 4, and we were at 5 punts per team per game as late as 2015. Why? We all know the answer. The new analytics, the go-for-it mentality, turning a lot of traditional punt downs into 4th down scrimmage downs. So those are big plays. Let's be ready on those plays. With that, let's get on into our video.
Our first play is 2nd and 5 at the -30. The quarterback drops back, throws, and the ruling on the field is going to be a catch, good for a first down. Now, as we get our first replay, we can see that there's smoke here. The receiver may not have made this catch. And as we go back now and take a look at the all-22, we can see that at the moment of the catch, no catch, the line judge, he's got traffic between him and the receiver, and the umpire is just a little late getting his eyes there. And so we're going to cycle through the balance of the replays, and we can see that the nose of the ball, it hits the ground before the receiver gains firm control. And we're going to get an announcement after review by our referee.
After review, the receiver did not complete the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 11 minutes and 14 seconds, 11:14.
Now, as a reminder to the crew and replay, on overturns, we're only resetting the clock after the 2-minute timeout. This is to expedite the replay process so we don't spend additional time on the clock during the review, and is to keep the game moving. Now, if there's an obvious error with the game clock, it runs during a try or something similar, we can always correct that. But on an overturn, only correct after the 2-minute timeout. Play 2, we get a pass down the far boundary. The receiver goes up, makes the catch, and there's a big hit by number 0 of the defense. And we're going to get a flag down from our field judge for targeting a defenseless player. Now, as we go back and take a look, the first replay, it looks like there may have been a lot of shoulder to the chest, and that's what the coach thinks as well. But we get additional replays that are very helpful. And remember, when it goes to replay, we must confirm all aspects of targeting. And so first, we know we have a defenseless receiver here. The defender, there's a launch up, he lowers his head, so there's an indicator of targeting, and there is no question there's forcible contact to the head or neck area of this defenseless receiver. So replay can uphold the call of targeting. This is good work on the field to get the marker down. Good job in replay to uphold the call. And again, this is the type hit we want to get out of our game. Play 3, the offense has 3rd and 10. The quarterback's going to throw out to the near side. The ball is caught, and the receiver drives right to the first down line. But we know by rule, when the ball carrier's helmet comes completely off, the live ball becomes dead at that point. And we see, even though the receiver got near the line to gain, the helmet came off back right about the -45, and that's right where our headline judge is going. He's killing the clock for the helmet off and correctly spotting the ball. Now, we know this rule is in place for player safety, and if a player other than the ball carrier loses their helmet, it doesn't end the play, but when that helmet comes off, that player may not continue to participate in the play other than their immediate continuing action. But when the ball carrier loses their helmet, we kill the play immediately at that point, stop the clock to send the ball carrier out, and get a great spot. This is well done. Play 4, we've got a lot going on. We see that the quarterback, he fakes to the back, he keeps, runs to the right, he stays behind the line, he pitches the ball back to a teammate who's going to throw downfield to a wide open receiver who catches it and then runs for an apparent touchdown. Now, there's a flag down, and we get a quick and efficient announcement by our referee.
Player downfield, number 50, 5-yard penalty, each second down.
And as we go back and take a look at the play, we see we're snapping just short of the minus 25. And as we follow number 50, the center, he's at least 4.5 yards downfield at the release point. So he's clearly downfield. And finally, if we look at the all 22, we see that the headline judge, he stays home on this play. He does his job, and he's going to get the marker out without hesitation just after the pass crosses the neutral zone. Well done. Play 5 is going to be a 2-play vignette on potential horse collar tackles. Now, the first play, we see the receiver, he gets behind the defense, makes the catch, and the defender's in chase mode. He grabs the inside collar of the jersey, gives it a tug, and then he's going to drag the receiver down at the 3-yard line. Now, we know by rule that players are prohibited from grabbing the inside back or side collar of the shoulder pads or jersey. We also include the nameplate area and abruptly pulling the ball carrier down. That's a horse collar tackle. And even though the action here was the start of a horse collar tackle, because he did not pull the player down with the horse collar action, there's no foul. Play 2 is another illustration of action that is not considered a horse collar tackle. We get a pass out to the motion man. The defender grabs him in the collar, but again, he rides him down with the aid of another defender. So no foul here. The rule requires that the ball carrier be abruptly pulled down, and these 2 plays don't meet that definition, so no foul. Play 6, we see the quarterback, he scrambles out to the right. He's going to throw to a receiver right near the boundary and the pylon, and the ball is caught, but the field judge, he throws his hat and then throws his flag. And the ruling on the field is that the receiver went out of bounds on their own and was the first to touch the pass, thus a foul for illegal touching. Now, we know a receiver going out of bounds is reviewable, and as we take a look at the play, we see that the receiver, he tight ropes the boundary. That last step in the field of play, the left foot, it's very tight, but it's in bounds. He doesn't touch the pylon, which would have put him out of bounds also. He makes the catch with the right foot down in the end zone, so replay can come in. The receiver stays in bounds, and they're going to overturn the call to a legal catch and a touchdown for the offense. This is a tough play for the field judge. Good job by replay sorting it all out. Play 7 deals with pre-snap actions, and as we can see, a player comes back in motion to the formation, and the offensive linemen abruptly shift in unison. This pop-up action and shift, it simulates action at the snap, and we would definitely support a false start call on this type of action by the offense. Remember, we hold the offense and the defense to the same standard concerning simulating action at the snap. Now, in addition on this play, there's another foul by the offense. We see from the end zone view, the snapper, his hands are at or below the knees, so he is established as the snapper. And we know by rule he may not move to another position prior to the snap. So when this shift occurs, we see that the center moves to the right guard. So that's a foul. So we're doing a great job with all of our pre-snap actions, but don't let up in any way. Our last play is an end-of-game sequence. Now, first, we must always be game aware, and as we see here, the offense is in victory formation. There's 16 seconds left, but the defense has 3 timeouts remaining, so we must be aware that the offense needs to bleed time off the clock to avoid running a 4th down play. Now, on 1st down, the quarterback, he takes the snap, he backs out, he may be a little hunched over, but we see the referee comes in, he blows the whistle, and kills the play quickly. Too quickly in this situation. Now, this is tough, and usually we want to kill the play quickly to avoid fights and other issues, but you have to be game aware of what the offense needs to do. You see the coach is very upset. Now, on the 2nd down play, the quarterback goes down quickly, and the defense calls another timeout. No issue there. But then on 3rd down, the quarterback drops back again, and we kill the play and put 3 seconds back on the clock. and that forces the offense to run a fourth down play. Now on fourth down, the offense, they're going to take the snap, run backwards, and the quarterback takes the safety to get the final 3 seconds off the game clock. So a few points of note here. Number one, we must be game aware at the end. If a defense has 2 timeouts versus 3 timeouts remaining, this changes the dynamic for the offense. Number two, if the offense needs to bleed time off the clock, make sure the ball carrier is aware he needs to stay upright so there's no confusion as to simulating taking a knee. And finally, communicate up front with players and do our best to keep law and order in these type situations. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and let's take these and learn from them. Let's talk about them in our pregame conferences. We want quality fouls, nothing technical, make it be there. We want to be good dead ball officials and great communications, especially with coaches, courtesy, and use your winning words. Let's concentrate on every play. You never know what play is going to determine the ball game, and display integrity, courage, and poise. That's so critical. Good luck today, and let's keep hustling.